So it's that part of the show now, the final cover story, and like I promised you, it's to do with mobility in the enterprise. Now the company is Motorola. Now you don't really know this company for its enterprise mobility products, but they're here in India and this is what they're going to be doing.
We all know it mostly as a mobile phone company, but that's not only what Motorola is all about. A global Fortune 100 company, Motorola is in the business of communication, be it infrastructure, wireless broadband, mobile devices or Bluetooth accessories. But apart from that, the company is also into digital set-tops, cable modems and enterprise mobility solutions. Motorola's Enterprise Mobility Solutions division is into designing, manufacturing and marketing a whole host of products and services for both the public and the private sector, be it mission-critical communications like walkie-talkies for fire, police, paramilitary and defense forces, to mobile computing, wireless infrastructure and radio frequency identification solutions that can be used in sectors like retail, healthcare, transportation, banking and so on. The division also develops software targeting the workforce that is always on the move and helps them stay connected over GSM, CDMA and Wi-Fi networks on a host of devices in a secured way.
I have found 3 pictures in your local folder.
So that then is a cool introduction to Motorola's enterprise division, completely new in the country, but they're already making waves. Let's find out more about why they're the next big thing. With me, Mr. Sathya Nair and Mr. Anirudh Gupta. Welcome, gentlemen. Welcome to the next big thing, and it's wonderful having you here.
Let's bring it.
Yes. Okay, what really interests me is that there's this fairly large product lying in front of me right now. Now, at first glance, I would never ever say, well, that's just a mobile phone. But I know that at its heart, it is, right? So tell me a little bit more about this. It's supposedly the most robust product in its category and everything. Can you take us through what all it can do?
Yeah, see, it looks big. It is only about 360 grams. It is light and it's handy. It's ergonomically designed for field workers. If you look at the design, you know, you've got a strap at the back where you slip your palm into and hold like it's small. It's not very big, and a lot of features which make it rugged and big is because the lot of ruggedness built into this machine. You know, I can probably throw it from 6 feet height to the.
In fact, I think we've been doing all our tests by throwing it around quite a bit, which we'll be showing everybody. But when you actually come out with a product like this, have you seen? First, give me an example of the kind of typical places it's used, and then let's talk about something where a product, when designed at your R&D labs, suddenly you find people using it in a completely different area than it was supposed to be. So, an example of the obvious place and the very not so obvious.
Yeah, this product is, you know, we call it an EDA, Enterprise Digital Assistant. It is slightly a different phrase compared to the PDA, which you're very familiar with. You know, this is meant for enterprise customers. You know, customers who deploy, you know, who have 10,000 people in the field, who are mobile workers, who are out in the field from morning to evening. You know, come back and transfer data back to their backend and all this. So this device is being used by large organizations like Coke, for example, in the US, for their mobile workers. Okay, that's a typical scenario. Mobile field force application, field service application, typical applications.
So would this also be used by, let's say, cargo companies, courier companies, because just carry this around and you could pretty much do. So that would again come into the obvious.
Yes.
On the move, big risk that it can fall. Okay, so what's the typical life for something like this?
Well, this can survive drops of 4 feet to concrete, multiple drops 4 feet to concrete. To carpeted floor, probably it can drop from 7 feet. Now, the longevity of this device, these devices are typically built to last for about 8 to 9 years. So what happens is...
8 to 9 years?
Yeah. Whereas, the normal consumer kind grade PDAs that you find, like you mentioned, one drop, that's it.
So now an unusual example.
Yeah, one of the, I don't know whether this is being used by most of the airlines in India today for mobile check-in. This has been used by Virgin Atlantic in Australia, but in India, I think about 5 airlines are already using it right now.
So a robust product, not the kind that most consumers would use, but look at how it's being used in very testing conditions.
It's robust, solid, virtually indestructible, and yet fully loaded with features. This is the MC70, a handheld mobile computer that clubs the functions of quite a few devices into one, be it cell phone, PDA, computer, scanner or imager. And the feature list within is a long one. Intel's latest processor, desktop-like multimedia performance that consumes less power, offers superior voice quality, claims to run almost any application, and can transfer data at high speed wirelessly. But that's not why we are excited about this product. MC70 has us excited because of its robustness. It's built to be abused. It can be used in extreme climates, harsh conditions, and can even take a few drops and falls. Yes, a drop will not kill it, but that's not all. This can bite dust as well, so it can work at optimum efficiency in the middle of a dusty factory floor or even a desert. And even better, it can work in moisture-laden areas like ships, oil rigs, and even next to a swimming pool. We dropped it in water, and the MC70 survived the water test as well. This is built like a tank, and all we wish is that all our personal electronics were built like this.
Now obviously comes the important part. So this couldn't be costing the same as a typical mobile phone or a PDA, right? So there is a premium attached to it, and I know that the more robust something is, the more the premium. So ballpark figure, how much is something like this for?
See, typically the price point varies from about, list price varies from about 2,200 to an entry-level device to about 3,400 to a high-end device.
Okay.
Okay, in terms of dollars list price.
Now you're talking about a premium of about 5 to 6 times. How do you justify it?
See, the way I look at it is, when I talk to CIOs, I talk to them about the return on investment on an investment like this. Typically for his application, the return on investment, depending on the application, ranges from less than a year to about 18 months. So if the CIO is convinced that there is a definite return on investment on a device like this, he's not worried about the price.
Okay, let's now move to the software part of it. Not something Motorola has been known for before. You're more known as the hardware vendor of the world. Now, this new technology you have, the good technology, the messaging system and everything else. One, how is it different from, let's say, a BlackBerry enterprise activation in an organization or just a good push email messaging system? What's the USP for this one?
So the biggest differentiator and the biggest value add we give the enterprise customer is basically not only can their users access their email while they're on the move, but they can also access their enterprise applications, their intranets, their their CRM, their supply chain management systems, and that to do that they need not come to their desktop or log into their intranet. So you're not tethered
to your desktop or to actually the WAN or LAN that you have around your entire enterprise. You can do this remotely from anywhere.
You can access your corporate intranet, you can access your corporate systems, like for example, you may have a purchase order system, or you may have a leave policy system, and any of the other systems you can access. You can transact on it, you can approve, disapprove, whatever you do on your personal computer, you will be doing it on your mobile.
So you're away from the office, you do not think you can come back, but there are so many important things pending, much more than email and messaging. Take a look how this could change your world.
This is an award-winning software from Motorola's Enterprise and Mobility Solution. It's called Good Mobile Messaging 5.0 software. It's user-friendly and targeted at people on the move. It brings real-time Outlook and emailing into your pocket. Good 5 lets you customize the application to suit your usage patterns and features like RSS news feeds, customized email alerts, filters, task and calendar features, including an automated conference room finder. For IT administrators, through the global monitoring portal, they can keep tabs on the usage of the mobile phone. They can lock down the device, manage or change passwords, and even control applications off the phone remotely. The software gives the administrators over-the-air control of handheld features like cameras, Bluetooth ports and storage cards as well. Good 5 supports both Lotus Domino and Microsoft Exchange messaging servers. It can work in any environment, be it GSM, CDMA or Wi-Fi networks on a host of devices from Motorola and other manufacturers like Palm, HTC and Samsung.
Now, in that entire demonstration that we just saw, the important thing that came across is that this doesn't seem to be just for one device or one operating system. So this can be deployed across devices, across technologies. Is that the important thing in this?
This goes back to your earlier question on what the difference is. So the biggest value add that we can offer to the enterprise customer is a choice of devices. And when we talk about choice of devices, we are talking about Windows mobile devices, Palm devices, and Symbian devices.
Okay.
Right? So that's veritably 90+% of the entire device market worldwide. And to top it off, we also give a choice of carrier networks. So an enterprise may be on multiple carrier networks. Their users may be on multiple carriers. So they do not have to shift over to a particular carrier.
Okay. Between devices like this, between this kind of software and setups that you have, into the future, can you paint us a picture, maybe in 2 years' time, what further things could change, one, with hardware devices like this? 2 or 3 years down the line, what all more would be coming into this?
Well, the way the market is going, I would expect, people in BFSI, especially the credit card companies, the utility bill payment collection companies, all these guys moving around with a device and probably collecting payments from your home.
On the software side of it, into the future, what can we see 2 years down the line?
The way that the technology is currently, these technologies are more data centric. So what we are looking at is building in voice capabilities and into the same platform and this kind of solution. So for example, say I'm roaming, I'm out of the country, and I could be using my IP telephony network in my particular office while I'm on roaming, and everything is routed through my same software platform that I'm using. So it's a mix of voice, it's a mix of data, and there'll be different modes in a particular user interface. It'll be a personal mode and a professional mode. So you can have a lot of combinations there, as well as the voice and data kind of features.
Thank you. Great that we finally know that the enterprise can truly go mobile. Thank you. Thank you for coming on the show.
Much.
Wonderful having you. Thank you so much. Thank you.